everyone, it's me, Great Taz again, and welcome back to another Minecraft 101. So, yes, it's been a moment or two since I've produced any of these videos, and it's due to a couple different reasons. First, Minecraft kind of, I didn't lose my interest in, for say, fully. It kind of fell on a lesser interest, and more other things came along. I had a lot of life going on in life. World of Tanks came back in, kicking into my life, and I started playing World of Warcraft again. And the past week, and I've been playing Minecraft Legends, which is a very addictive game. So I've been playing that for a while, and it's fun. Now at this point in time, I may have done a video review on it, or I may have not. If I have not, stick around, it'll be coming soon. If I have, make sure you go check it out and see what my first impressions are. Well, you got one of them, it's a very addictive game. And see what the game is all about. But enough about that, back on to Minecraft 101! So, as you can see, we are still in our test world. So let's talk about what to expect in this video. Again, as I did say once before, I am planning on going ahead and making a survival guide that is going to be more than likely following this episode. But at this time of recording, 1.20 is coming out soon. And they're doing some things to change parity. Parity is what this video is all about. I'm going to be, in moments, recording a little bit in Java and a little bit in Bedrock. And you're going to see them side by side in the video. As you see animals just pop into creation out of nowhere. Great old Bedrock, right? You're going to see them side by side. You're going to have a B on the Bedrock side and a J on the Java side. And I'm going to show you some of the differences, or the parity differences, between Java and Bedrock. One of them we already went over, and I can quickly go over again, is the simple fact as the ability to be able to go under trap doors, and the ability to go under a block and 1/3 in Java, but you can't in Bedrock. That is one of the bigger ones. I won't say bigger one, but that is one of the prominent ones when it comes to builds. That the ability to do that. Little bit of differences. You can also, with an elytra, you can fly through the water in Java, but you can't with Bedrock, because as soon as you hit the Bedrock, you lose the ability to use your elytra. Now, they did make a parity change to it, so if you're in the water and you can quickly enough hit double jump and a rocket, you can jump out of water in Bedrock like you can in Java. Another one that they are changing in 120 is banners. You will be able to put banners on shields. I don't know if you'll be able to put banners on maps and stuff like that yet, but we'll see here in the near future. Mojang is working to get parity on the same. And some people say once parity is completely the same, or 99% the same, Java will go away. I don't think Java will ever go away, just because Java has too much of a player base, and they make, believe it or not, a lot of money off of Java. Let's go ahead and get right on into the rest of this video. That means the screen will be split, and I have to go record stuff in Bedrock, and I have to go record it in Java. See you soon! Woohoo! And just a quick note, these are in no particular order. They are in whatever order I brought them together. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to record a portion of it in Bedrock. Then I'm going to record that same portion in Java to show the differences. I have a checklist of probably 15 things that are the bigger things that are known, and some of these are not quite known. So let's get on with it, shall we? Now, you'll notice, folks, here, this is the Java Bedrock section, and on the right is going to be Java, and on the left is going to be Bedrock. Alright, as you can see here, we're both kicking up trees. Now, this whole section here is all about the colors of sheep and shearing them. As you can see on Java, on the right, they keep their white, but on Bedrock, when you trim them or shear them, they actually retain the color that they are. So you have a better chance of knowing what color your sheep are in Bedrock. So we're going to go through a bunch of stuff. You're going to see me putting stuff in and out. And the next thing we're going to go on to is livestock breeding. And this includes sheep, chicken, pigs, and also cows. Now on Bedrock, you're going to see this is going to be a time-lapse portion of a 5-minute period here that's going to happen. Don't mind me, I fall down on when I recorded both sides, like a doo-doo-doo. And as you can see here, the timer is going. Now this is roughly a 5-minute timer. And I do a few other things here trying to get, go on some stuff. Now, Bedrock's breeding time is 1 minute, roughly right around 1 minute. So every 1 minute you can actually breed your livestock once again. On Java, it's a 5-minute cooldown. So there's a big advantage to having a bunch of livestock on Bedrock than there is Java. Now, there is a difference also in between the two. Java does have what they call Enity Cramming, where you can get 26 mobs in a zone and one of them will die, or 25. It is settable in the settings. Bedrock does not have such a thing. I don't have any video footage of this, but that is kind of the difference. So it's kind of understandable in a little difference. As you've seen there in the very end of the Java one, I've seen two cows. In the Bedrock, there was 3. Now we're going to go on to maps, making them, and also banners. And then right after that, we're going to do some banners and shields. Now all this information has been recorded in 1.19.3 or 4. In 1.19 somewhere. But as you can see on the right, there's only one way to make maps on Java, but on Bedrock, there are multiple ways. You can make maps with a locator, map without a locator. You can make a map inside your crafting table. In both, with locator, but you can also, in Bedrock, make it in your cartography table just using one piece of paper. You can make a map. So you got a whole lot of advantage there. As you can see here on the right, Java has a lot of trees and stuff. This is another difference in between the two. As you can see, the colors of the maps are different. The basic layouts are the same, but there's a lot more foliage showing up on the Java map. And here is the banner section. As you can see, I click on the banner with my Java map, and the banner appears. Here, the only thing you can do in Java with the crafting table is increase the size of the map. You can do the same thing on Bedrock, but there's more to it. Here, we're going to show you a little bit about the banners and shields, and this is changing at 1.20. At the time of this the recording, you can't do this on Bedrock. As you see here on the Java, you cannot put a banner on your shield. But in 120, that happened to change or will be changing. As you can see there, I couldn't do it in the Bedrock section. Now, I'm putting everything away and pulling out boats. Boats are different between Java and Bedrock also. Boats on, as you see on the right over here on Java, all you need to do is survive pieces of wood. On Bedrock, you need actually a shovel, which means you need 6 pieces of wood and 2 sticks. So a total of basically 7 pieces of wood. Here, we're in Bedrock, you can leash your boats. I am trying in Java over here. It's just not allowing me. And you see that I actually jump into it on the Bedrock side over here. On the left, you actually see me pull the boats a little bit. It's just like pulling mobs. Alright. So that is how that works. Now, another big difference is beds. Making beds and dyeing. Now, at one point in time, I do believe that you can make beds, and one of the two, using 2 full colors of one wool and another color of another wool. You cannot. They all take 3 pieces of wool to be laid out, and then 3 pieces of wood to be laid out, and that's how you make a bed. Everyone knows that. But did you know in Bedrock, which I'll show here in a moment, you can actually change the color of your bed. So if you pick up a green bed and you have red dye and you want a red bed, all you have to do is basically change the color. Now I'm going to go through here and make a bunch of different beds, and this is to demonstrate how the color changes. As you notice in both Bedrock and Java, I have dyes, one of each 4 colors over here in the Java land, and 64 of each color in Bedrock. That's another difference. When you go into creative, when you pick something up in Bedrock, you pick up 64. When you pick something up in Java, you only pick up 1. There you can see here right now on the Bedrock side, I am changing the color of the beds. I changed yellow to white, red to blue. I am going to change black to yellow, and then I'm going to change the gray to brown. As you can see over here on Java, I'm trying to even change the color of them by clicking on them, and all I'm doing is resetting my spawn. Also in Bedrock, you can't do that either. The only way to change the color of your bed is with the crafting table. So you need one bed, and 1 dye to change the color. The next thing I'm going to go over here is trapdoors. Trapdoors are a little bit different. As you can see as I'm walking up on both sides, there are a flower pot on top of the trapdoors. Over here on the right, there was a ladder on the trapdoor in Java. You cannot do this in Bedrock. You can only put them on one side in Java, and here we go over and look at the trapdoor with the pot on it. In Java, you can open the trapdoor and the pot will not break. However, on the opposite side, you go over to Bedrock and try the same thing. The pot will break, but it gives you the item back. You can still put the pot back on if you hold shift, just like normal. On the top of that next is pistons. This is another big change, and Java players would kind of like to see it come to Java. Pistons on Bedrock can push them. And as you can see, I have pistons and sticky pistons. Pistons on Bedrock can actually pull chests, stove, furnaces, blast furnaces, and hoppers. As you can see here, I try it on Java. You can see all the redstone is lit up in the back. Nothing moves but the middle one. I put the middle one there just to show you that it's working. Over here on Bedrock, as you can see, everything did move, and you can see the bright red of the redstone. Also on top of that, you can see how redstone is a little bit differently laid out. If you put a line behind the Java stuff, it doesn't always work. Here on the Bedrock side, I'm showing you a little bit about cauldrons. Cauldrons on Bedrock can hold potions, and on top of the potions, you can take the potions out, or you can craft arrows of certain types. I just crafted arrows. Over here on the Java, you see I'm trying to put potions into the cauldrons. It's just not working. And you can see over in Bedrock, I'm putting it in and pulling it out with just a glass bottle. Over here, still over here on Bedrock, I am making more crafted arrows. Another thing with cauldrons that's different, and this works with leather armor, you can dye it in both things. But how you dye it is different. One, in Bedrock, you can color your water, as you can see here on the Bedrock side. You cannot do that on the Java side. All right. So how you dye your leather is different. As you can see what I am doing right now on Java, you actually have to go into a crafting table and put the color in with the leather. Over here on Java, all you have to do is dip the leather piece into the color. You have much more color options. As you notice here, I'm changing an orange hat and putting green on it, and it's making it a different color. You can make a lot more variety of colors for your leather outfits on Java compared to what you can do on Bedrock. Bedrock, if you go through and you put a green hat into white dye, it will turn it into a white hat. It doesn't matter. Over here on Bedrock, I'm now trying to show you that you can't dye anything leather using the crafting table. It all has to be done with Cauldron, which is the leather worker's item for use. As you can see here, I just changed so white, pink, and then it goes to green. As you watch in the bottom of the Bedrock section over here, I went orange, green, and pink for the pants. It comes out pink, and then I did the same thing with there. You can also, on both of them, put water and lava. Again, that is something that came in 1.16. All right. That's a big change there with it. So Java is getting a little closer to Bedrock with the cauldrons. Now here's another difference that's kind of a big feature. In Bedrock, you can actually bone meal your sugarcane, and it will grow up to level 2 with one piece. So you top off to 3, you click it once, and you automatically get 3. Now, in Java, as you can see here, I'm trying like crazy, and I even bone meal the grass next to it to show you that I am actually right-clicking to try to actually make the bone meal grow. It just does not work, folks. That is not an option available on Bedrock, or Java, I mean. So Bedrock has another somewhat of advantage there. Cauldrons are better on Bedrock, and so are bone meal. Here, another little parody, and this is more a visual parody. As you can see here, I am spamming salmon eggs on Java right now. I jumped into the water over here on Bedrock looking for it, but I couldn't find it, so I picked up a salmon egg. There are 2 different sizes of salmons on Bedrock. It's a visual thing, but it's there. So as you can see right there on the Bedrock, now I have a little salmon, and on Java you only have big salmon. So that is another minor difference. The last big thing we're going to talk about is the nether roof. The nether roof is one of the biggest differences, my personal opinion, I think, between the two versions. And a lot of people in Bedrock want the ability to be able to do this, and a lot of people in Bedrock want Java to lose the ability to do this. In Java, you can build on top of the nether roof. In Bedrock, you can't. As you can see, I'm putting a trap door down on the very top limit of Bedrock, on Bedrock and on Java at the same point. But as you can see here, I am spamming like crazy, trying to build on Bedrock over here, and it tells me the height limit is 128 blocks. But if you watch Java over here, it's going to take a couple seconds, and I'm going to have to get some more wood because it's just not quite. You can go all the way up to the overworld's old height, 256. As you can see here, I'm still trying to put stuff down here on the Bedrock side. First I was in creative, now I am currently in survival. It doesn't matter. Over here on Java, I am in survival mode, placing everything down just to show you that it does happen in survival mode, that you can place it. Now, in a moment, you'll see some more stuff go on here. As you've seen the screen slide left or right on Bedrock, that was just to show you the whole messaging coming through and everything, and just to show you that everything I have is good. On the Bedrock side, here I am back in survival, and just to show you that all this stuff is not fake, I went through and I just started clicking around, showing that I am making fire with the flint and steel, and you can't even put fire on top. As we've seen here throughout this video, there are a few that I showed and were able to easily show the differences in parity between Bedrock and Java. As you notice through the video, some things worked on Java but didn't on Bedrock, and some things worked on Bedrock and didn't on Java. I.e., as if you look here in the background, the Cauldrons, you can do a lot more with Cauldrons on Bedrock. The beds, you can change the color of your bed by just changing the color of the dye. The crafting is the same. It used to be different, but they parity changed. And then also the crafting of boats and the ability to lead boats also is different between the two. This is just a lot of little differences that you can see, and these are just some of the differences that were easy to find and easy to show. There are some other things that are really hard to show. Like Java has Quaziconnectivity with its redstone. It has an ability. I don't have to necessarily have the item right touching up against. There's Quaziconnectivity, so I could put a hop or one of these on top of this one like so, and then I could turn this on. And nope, that's not gonna work. So quasi. Let's see. There is kind of what quasi connectivity is. It's just not it's not really touching it, but it is powering it through another block. So it doesn't power it like through this one, but it is powering it through that one there. So there is some crazy stuff like that. Not sure why that's not working. It should be powering that. Body snort. So there is some instances where quasi-connectivity is easy to show and it is not. Another one would be the Stronghold spawning. That is really hard to show because I would have to go find one to actually be able to show you. But Bedrock doesn't spawn, they just have an unlimited spawn of them, and they spawn them in a different way, where Java spawns them right from the center point or 0, 0, and it spreads them out. in a circumference out around that. Bedrock does not. It can spawn them anywhere, and you can have one literally right within 100 meters of the starting area. It's been shown. That is another difference. Also, another one that's real difficult to show is mob spawning. Java, you have 128, and Bedrock, you have 128 blocks away from the player that mobs will spawn, nothing below like 32. It's the same on Bedrock, but the differences in the two is there is a 70 mob cap that on Java it will try to instantly, it can spawn, it will try to spawn those 70 mobs, and it starts from the bottom of the world up. For Bedrock, you have like 16 on the surface. I think it's 16 on the surface and 16 underground, so you have a maximum of 32 mobs that can spawn at a time. With that, even in Bedrock, you can be running forward and you can outrun all the mobs and continue never seeing mobs in front of you. In Java, you'll see people running through the world at night and they'll run into mob, and that's because that 128 block it drops a few mobs out, it instantly tries to respawn more mobs. So there is a lot harder ability even on easy mode or normal mode in Java than when it comes to mobs than there is on Bedrock. And then there's many more things that you could actually find if you go to the Minecraft wiki. They have a whole bunch of pages of parity differences between the two. You're just seeing some of the few here they showed, and there are many, many more. With that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, I really do hope that this was an informative video for you, and then that you can see why there is some Bedrock players that say, or streamers and content creators that do things one way, and Java creators do something different. There are very few of the creators that play on both. One of them that I do know two, I believe Silent Whisper, and I do know Prowl. They both, I know Prowl does play on Java a little bit. He's not quite as versed on Java as he is Bedrock, but he does do some parity different stuff, and he does also play on Java. I, however, do play on both sides. I have played much more on Java, but I play on both of them overall. So with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, again, like I said, I do hope this was informative, and if it was, and if you like this video, make sure you scroll down below and click that like. If you think there's anything I missed or may have misspoke with, there is a comment section. I'd gladly to hear what you have to say about any of this that I put out. And with all that, I'm going to get out of here, folks. But before I do, if you want to keep up to date with my Minecraft, World of Tanks, and game reviews, everything I do on here to include my shorts, make sure that you click that subscription button and then click the notification bell, changing it from personalized to all to get notifications for all videos that I upload on this channel. Well, with that all being said, I have already said that like twice before. I'm gonna get out of here. See you all soon. Just a real quick note, the survival guide cross between Bedrock and Java is coming soon. I'm waiting for 1.20. I know it's taken me a while to get even this video out, but as for that, I am absolutely sorry. Life has been very hectic for me, and this is not my primary job. So, my primary game that I do a lot of is World of Tanks. So, hope to see you again soon. I'm out of here, folks.